Happy Friday! It is the end of the week. We've made it through another week. How exciting. It is off to a cooler start. We've had some cool starts for the past couple of days. Looks like right now Madison is at 69. It's 565 and it looks busy, but not too slow traffic-wise. Just a lot of people on the road today. Lots of folks getting to where they're going for the day. Looks like it's going to be a nice and comfortable afternoon and evening. But as we get to Saturday and Sunday, we start to see rain chances increase, giving us a first alert weather day on Sunday. So let's talk about the next 4 days at a glance. Today, beautiful, gorgeous conditions. Nice breeze that will pick up as we go into the weekend. Temperatures for Friday and Saturday expected to stick around the mid 80s for us, but as we get to Sunday and Monday, that's when we see that cold front moves in Sunday, early Sunday morning, along with some storms that I will walk you through the timing of. And this cold front's going to push us back into our semi-normal. Around this time of year, we're around 76 or so degrees. So we're going to be at 72 by Monday. Close enough. We're making it. And that'll keep us there for a couple of days. We are hoping that this is going to be kind of the cold front to keep us right at those 70s for the next couple of weeks, hopefully. But we're expecting to see heavy rain chances. Girl, there we go. Okay, we're good. We're back on track. So let's walk you through your Friday evening. Still going to be kind of warm, closer to the 7 o'clock hours, which is nice. Decent breeze once we get through kickoff and even midway through the game. It's going to be nice and comfortable, still sitting around those 70s for most of the night ahead. Clear conditions the later we go into the evening as well. So for my folks that are out and about tonight with football, it's going to be a wonderful evening, nice, gorgeous. Get out there, soak it up, because Saturday evening's going to be a little wet. And then getting into Sunday, it's going to be kind of cold. So I say kind of cold, but it's going to be cooler than what we're seeing normally. We won't really see like cold until the late hours. So let's go ahead and get you looking at your ribbon run forecast, which I hope you've signed up. You have till 7 p.m. today to do that. I think it's 10 to 7 today at Fleet Feet. So keep that in mind. But again, you can check out the website for that. Tomorrow morning, hope to see you bright and early. 8 a.m. is the Survivors Walk. 8:30 is when the rest of us supporters will join and do a walk, jog, run, skip if you want to. We're going to make it across the finish line. However that looks like for you. It looks like a slow jog for me. It's probably going to morph into a walk halfway through, but that's okay. That's fine. I'm not a runner. Anyway, looking at the first couple of hours of your Saturday, beautiful sunshine is expected to start the day out. So we'll see some mid and low 60s for the early hours, but it warms up kind of quickly. We get from about 63 at 7 a.m. to 70 by 9 a.m. So by the time we get toward the midway point of the morning, I know awards are supposed to be around 10:30. So once we get to that midway point of the morning, it'll be in those 70s, nice and comfortable. Could see some gusts starting to pick up though, as we start to kind of see the turning of the tide, so to speak, with the weather. So once we start to kind of see that shift and that change where that cold front's making its way over to us, that's when we'll start to see a slight change in the forecast. Now, here's the storm timeline for Saturday into Sunday. We're expecting late showers or showers to turn into storms around 10 o'clock Saturday night. And you can see the yellow is where we are 10 to 5 a.m. And then the timeline for our eastern communities, so from Bremen up to Fayetteville, 2 to 9 a.m. So for folks that have late evening plans on Saturday and you're on the west side, it's going to be a damper. You might want to keep an umbrella or just kind of cancel the plans altogether, because we are expecting some strong wind gusts as well. And I don't know, me personally, I just don't like being out and about when it's raining cats and dogs, as folks would say. But then you turn around and my folks that are early up in your Sunday morning for church and brunch or anything of that nature that's going on early that morning for you, 2 a.m. to 9 a.m. on our eastern end of the community. That's when we start to see some of those heavy rain chances make their way on over. So it's going to be a good stretch of rain for the valley as a whole. We'll see it kind of move through. So let's walk through the timeline of that in a second. Wind gusts are expected to get up to about 25 miles or so. In talking with some of the other Mets, we were kind of discussing that we could see some possible EF0 chances. They're still kind of low, but they could still produce. Wind can produce just as much damage. It's just not on a tornado level. We just want you to be aware of the fact that we're getting some heavy, strong wind gusts at times throughout your Saturday, late Saturday evening into early Sunday morning. So this is around 11 a.m. We'll keep a decent, strong, gusty breeze throughout the day. You can see it gets up to about 29 in the central portion of the valley. So let's go hour by hour. This is just an overview of the band of showers and storms that we're supposed to see. And this is 6:30. You can see it's spread across most of the valley as a whole. So if Max wants to catch up with me, there we go. All right, so this is Sunday at 12 a.m. Now, here's my disclaimer here. Some of our model runs have not been as consistent on the timing. However, they are consistent on the level of rain that we're seeing, if that makes sense. So our biggest expectation that we've seen, this one's kind of been slow by a couple of hours, but this will kind of show you an idea of how that rain's moving and what the temperatures are going to look like. So this has it coming in at 3:15. Still, I believe we could see it much earlier than that. Showers to begin around 10 p.m., intensify as we get to midnight, carry over into Sunday morning, and won't really lose that intensity until 8, 9 a.m., maybe 10. So this is around 5:45. I do believe that the stronger portion of this band, so that heavy red and orange that you're seeing, I do believe that this is going to be shifted farther east than where it is. It's more so west right now, but I think it's going to be farther east by this point. So this is behind maybe an hour or two. But as you can see, we'll continue to see that throughout most of the morning. It seems to catch up on the back end. So this is around 8:15. You can see where it's keeping us in those 60s for a great deal of time. And our high is expected to be in those upper 60s. So we'll go from our low being about 63, 64 to our high being about 67, 68. So it'll be a very still kind of day as far as temperatures go. But here's our storm threats so far. We're expecting a high chance of heavy rainfall. As you saw there, there's a good deal of that heavy red and orange for us. 40 miles per hour winds and beyond. We've got a moderate to high level of that possibility. Small hail is possible and a spin-up tornado very low, but still we could see wind damage from this. So that's why we have it at a low level. So we want you to keep that in mind. I know there are folks that have some of their Halloween decorations out. I've seen a couple of fall decorations, football decorations. If you've got those blow up, I've seen a blow up A&M Bulldog situation around my neighborhood. If you've got a blow up Big Al, Obby the Tiger, Mike the Tiger. Is that the LSU mascot? I think his name is Mike. I hope so. Anywho, if you have any of those kinds of situations, go ahead and start taking them down after sunset. I would say make sure you take them down, you deflate them, and move them inside. We had an incident actually in our neighborhood last year where one of our neighbors has I think it's a black cat, but it's like a witch looking cat. So it has a witch hat and everything. And it got stuck in between our house and another house, but they're like a house over. So it blew across another person's yard and got stuck in between our two houses because it got stuck to like our fence and like a tree. So it was just kind of like blowing back and forth in our window. So all that to say, we're in that time of year that I know folks love their yard decorations, porch decorations. Make sure you are taking care of those and secure them if you can't move them all that well. And if you can, maybe bring them inside. Give yourself an opportunity to, you've worked so hard on your decorations. I would hate for them to blow away and you will never see Gary the ghost again. So, hope that you will take some time to plan that out for your weekend. Etch a little time in there. Maybe do it during halftime Saturday night. There you go. Do it during halftime. That's a solid plan. All right, so walking you through the rest of the forecast though. Saturday, Liz Hurley run that morning. It's an early start, I know, but a lot of us will be there. And I know you want to see your 48 crew, so come out and support our community, support our cancer survivors, and our patients that are currently going through the process of being treated. I am excited and elated to be a part of this program. I think it's going to be a wonderful turnout. We have like 6,300. I think the cap is like 6,500. So we're really close. We're getting close to that cutoff. So make sure you get your name on in there and come out, run for a good cause. It'll be a great start to the day. And then at the end of the day, you can go home and you can lay out and watch your football and rest. It'll be great. It'll be a wonderful Saturday. Now, Saturday evening, that's when we'll start to see some of those showers and storms. So don't let that put a damper on your entire day. This will be late evening. We're expecting, like I showed you earlier, 10 p.m. for those showers and storms. Looking ahead into your Sunday morning, that's when the heaviest of those storms will continue. Heading into Sunday, you'll notice we take a decent drop. I mean, that is beyond 10 degrees of a drop, between 84 being the high on Saturday and 69 being the high on Sunday. So keep that in mind. As we get through the back half of our Sunday, things will dry out, but we won't really go beyond those mid and upper 60s. As you can see, our low is about 64. But starting the work week, it's going to be chilly out the door for Monday. 43 is our low expected to go into your Monday morning. So keep that in mind for my folks that are early risers, our students that are going back to school that'll return to school on Monday. Now's the time for a good, decent jacket for the morning, and then we get back into those low end 70s by the end of the day. And after all this rain chance, we're not going to see much more rain until Tuesday. Possible shower or two, keeping about 20% chance there. But next few days we'll be in those nice, comfortable mid and low end 70s. Plenty of sunshine. Our mornings, though, we do have a 51 on Tuesday morning, but you'll notice it gets back into those mid 40s by the end of the week. Those rain chances will kind of push us back just a tad for the overnight hours. So we'll keep the mid and low end 70s around for the next couple of days. Hooray. But we've just got to get through this weekend. Of course, we'll keep you up to date with the first alert forecast. Tune in on Saturday evening into Sunday. We will all be here. Your 48 First Alert weather team will all be here preparing and giving you the latest on what to expect for your forecast. So right now we aren't expecting a major chance of tornadoes. I want that to be put out there. It's a very low end chance. extremely low in chance, but we could see some spin ups, which would cause that wind damage. So that's why I'm making it a note to be imperative about taking down your decorations or securing the ones that you probably can't move all that well. So really take care of all the porch furniture that you have, patio furniture, everything in between. I've seen somebody with like a 10-foot skeleton outside. I'm not exactly sure how you would put that in your home, but Shelly the skeleton needs to go someplace. So double down and secure her or something. I would hate for you to do all this exciting work on your holiday layout and you look out and it's missing. So keep that in mind. But tune in. TVL starts in a couple minutes. Exciting. And then we have our noon show. And you can tune in 4, 5, 6, and 10 tonight for more updates as they change, because we know weather changes all the time. So keep that in mind. And I hope you have a great Friday and a wonderful start to your weekend. I'll be here with another weather extra tomorrow at 4:30. See you then.